Hi, everybody. I am Karyne Tinord, the founder and CEO of Yadestiny Chest. And Yadestiny Chest is a nonprofit 501c3 operated um, that provides clothing for children in need. We also provide different resources, education programs, some type of mentorship to children in any capacity. So I'm just gonna be raw about it. I started the organization in I started the organization in 2010 when there was this earthquake that happened in Haiti, and I wanted to find a way to give back a little bit more than I was at my current job at a psychiatric hospital. And I quit that after almost 5 years, and want to pursue a career in the nonprofit world. I had no idea what I was getting into. I literally just because I just didn't feel um, passionate about the current job that I was in, even though I was on salary and everything like that. I literally cut it, used up all my savings, and tried to get this nonprofit on board because I felt like kids needed clothing, um, and people wanted to give clothes, right? Like it's like you buy the clothes and it's just sitting there, and a lot of people wanted to give it to a location without the fact that they didn't have to like they wanted to know that someone was getting the clothes. They didn't want to feel like, okay, my clothes is just is sitting in a plastic bag somewhere. No one has has access to it, or people are reselling it. So um, I think I made that possible for a lot of individuals. And over 10 years, like September 8th would be our 11th year anniversary, which is also September 8th, which is 2 days after my birthday. So, I mean, it was just kind of like a birthday present to myself to give back. And now we have this podcast, the Turnaround Podcast, where we highlight different individuals doing amazing things in the community as well as in their lives that are considered turnaround moments, or you can say pivot moments, um, which kind of made took the turn for the better in their lives as well as others. So that is the Turnaround Podcast, and so you'll hear me speak to different people, um, adults, young adults. I call them young adults as children, and just kind of because I think everybody has the ability to do good. Everybody has the ability to turn things around, and I just want to highlight those amazing moments in different people's lives and um, just a little bit about myself. Okay, so there was a time where I think it had to be like 2014 or 2013. Things were not going good in my life. Like I was because I didn't have a steady job. Um, After I quit my job, I was freelancing. And I was more of like an entrepreneur, but doing little small things here and there, like part-time work here and there. And then at my job, they made it very uncomfortable. So I ended up quitting and finding another place to work. But then that was just the worst. It was like worse than the other one. And I don't know if it's something saying that I needed to stop working for other people because that's really what happened. Um, I was on the verge of getting evicted. I literally did get evicted. I got evicted illegally though. So I ended up getting my apartment back, but it was a long road. It was like 3 months. And I was still doing the YTC. I still was giving back. I still was collecting donations from other people and giving it to the kids in need. And I had a caseworker, and the caseworker was saying, "Oh, you should probably let go of the nonprofit and look for work." And I was like, "It's not about like." I was like, "I can't because it's conviction. Like I feel like I felt good about myself because, or I felt relevant and still contributing to society, even though I was at my lowest. Like I felt like I could still do something. And the more I did that, the more I felt better, the more I attracted better into my life. Um, and every time I went on a job interview or job thing, they kept on saying, well, you have a degree, you are overqualified, plus you have a nonprofit. Why are you here? Nobody wanted to hire me. And I just was like, what am I doing? I was in a back to work program. Um, I was in Goodwill's back to work program and I couldn't find nothing. I was being sent on jobs for dishwasher. Like I was I end up having to like clean every day, like clean elevator doors in a business because I was on food stamps. I was on the whole thing, like public assistance. I was on public assistance because I could not find work. And I was able to get my apartment back through the help of the government, which I was, I didn't know that was possible. I just was, I had anxiety. I felt overwhelmed because I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm like, I can't pay nothing, you know? So while we was doing that, I ended up in a program called the Dress for Success, and they were, again, I still had my nonprofit. I still was doing that, so people didn't realize that I was still going through some really tough times, but I didn't show up like that. I still had good quality clothes, but I didn't show up like that. I just kept on doing. I kept on giving back. I kept on keeping the kids smiling, and that energy really resonated with me. And then with Dress for Success, I got like some clothes for them. So it was funny because I was helping kids with clothes, and I was also in a program receiving clothing for myself for like job interviews because I didn't have money to buy like slacks and things like that. So they put us in that, and they gave us like coaching. And I ended up after a while, there was nothing there. Like I had to leave the whole thing and take a chance on me. Like, and I started to use the skills that I had. I had a beauty license and I had a business degree. So I started to work for myself. The more I did that, the more I did, got clients on. I started doing, sew-ins and braids and things like that. And once I did that, I, I got off of public assistance and I just felt so good because I took a chance on myself. And I just wanted to continue telling people, you can take a chance on yourself. You can stop the headache and you can turn things around in your life. And I literally turned things around in my life and I was able to it was I was like I was able to pay my rent on my own. I was able to pay for groceries on my own. That was the best feeling. And yes, I had the little small free phone because of course I didn't have a phone. And when I got my own cell phone, man, listen, I was like, it's nothing to feel reliable on your own. Um, but I still was grateful for all of the benefits or all of that I was privileged to. So thank you. But that was a turnaround moment in my life. That was just one of them. Okay, so last year, August, I broke my ankle and my life turned around. 2020 turned around. And YTC, we were able to kind of change our whole look. If you see how we looked from the beginning to now, we definitely did a turnaround. And we want to share this journey with you. So continue. If you have any questions for me, make sure you follow us on YTC underscore nonprofit and subscribe, back questions, comment. I don't know. But thank you so much for your support. And tune in.